This episode of the Fiction Writers Podcast is brought to you by How to Write a Novel That Sells. Do you dream of writing a best-selling fiction novel? With the right tools, you could get there sooner than you think. Visit www.howtowriteanovelthatsells.com and unlock the secrets to writing compelling fiction taught by international best-selling author Lana McAra. Welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where you will discover tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Here you'll find new energy, new perspectives, new resources, and new ideas that will spark your creativity into a blaze of brilliance. It's easier than you think. Be sure you visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now, get out your notebook, tune in, and let's get started.
My name is Lana McAra, and welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast. Tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. With every plot, there's going to be a subplot, probably 2, maybe even 3 in a novel. So what do you do with these subplots? Are they just random stories, sidebars? No, they're not. And today, I'm going to give you some really solid information about how to make your subplots more vital to the story than you might have ever thought possible. It all goes back to the theme of your story. What is the underlying foundational idea? Let's take You've Got Mail, because I love that one. That's like my go-to one. If you've been around for any amount of time, you've heard me mention You've Got Mail. It is pristine in its construction. The theme of You've Got Mail is that each individual needs to have their own purpose in life, their own life purpose. We can't live in the shadow of our parents. And so that theme is the undergirding of the story. So what about the subplots in You've Got Mail? Well, we see it in several different ways. We see it with the worker that works in the shop, and she says, oh, if I lose this job, I won't be able to keep my apartment. I'm going to have to do this, all this doom and gloom stuff. She wasn't finding her own way. She was still living in the shadow of the store and not seeing the bigger picture, right? Another subplot was for Tom Hanks. He's living in the shadow of his father and his grandfather. It's about time Tom Hanks found out where he's going in life. What is he doing? And so when you have a subplot related to the theme, you can do it 2 ways. You could do it where the subplot mirrors the theme, and Tom Hanks actually mirrors Kathleen Kelly. They both have strong parents. They both are following in their parents' footsteps. They both need to find out what they want in life. Or you can have it as a contrast. Someone who doesn't take that step and find out what they really want in life. And this person will be in the shadows all their life. Or maybe they just don't know what they want. That would be the shop girl that doesn't know if she's going to lose her apartment or what she's going to do, and so on and so forth. So that would be mirroring, which is going the same, or contrasting, where the person doesn't follow through, doesn't follow their purpose, or does the opposite of the theme. So there's the theme. Another thing you can do with plot is you can make it part of the context of the character. The context of the character. You're giving the character some background. When in Reaping the Whirlwind by Rosie Dow, the main character's struggle is about the creation evolution controversy. But he's way more than that. He's got, father, mother, and siblings, and a wife who died, and he's got a daughter, and he's got all this history with the police force. And so when his father comes to town, moves to town, actually, that is a subplot. What's his father going to do? What is What is their relationship going to be like now that dad's around? And so this subplot fills out Trent Tyson's life. And we know him better as a character because his father is there. That is a context building subplot. And then you can introduce future main characters with your subplot. This is something that I always do when I'm writing a series. I will take a minor character with a subplot from book 1, make that the main character of book 2. And then in book 2, there's another minor character with a subplot, and they become the main character in book 3. And so just keep moving your characters forward with this idea that you can introduce your future characters using subplot. Now, sometimes I'll cross over. So if Kathleen Kelly was going to be a series, if You've Got Mail, then Kathleen Kelly would be the main character in the first book. And maybe George, the guy that works in the bookstore, would be the second main character in the second book. And so you would plan that ahead of time and use your subplots wisely. I hope that gives you a better idea of how to make your subplots work for you. They are far more than just random side stories to fill in space. Thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Lana McAra. See you next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where we share tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Remember to visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Fiction Writers Podcast.